Why hello there boys and boys. We're going to be putting our glasses back on for this video. Because this video is rated S for Savage. Wow. Why hello there boys. My name is 25 Buttholes, and today we embark on our new journey of going PKing with every armor set in the entire game. Starting off with bronze. Each episode we will advance further and further, until eventually we have used every single armor set in the game. So buckle up those seat belts and hold on tight, because this will be quite the ride. Here I had spotted one of those new age salad robe hybrid rat boys, who recently just got done pretending to be a woman in the Varrock streets. I managed to gain just a little bit of distance so I could turn on my prayers before running full force into intense combat with this poor excuse of a man. As I was slapping this cowboy around like Ellen DeGeneres would slap around her co-workers, we encountered the unthinkable. At nearly the same time we both had gotten random events, and luckily for us, we got the Dr. Jekyll random event, and just within the perfect game tick we managed to speak with Dr. Jekyll, which granted us with a strength potion that we desperately needed. Now that we have our strength pot, we are for sure going to clap down this cowboy clown harder than Obama got clapped, when he realized that his wife was actually a man named Michael. Ha 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 wow. Due to the fact that we were on world 330, we were both lagging extremely bad. But I was unfazed by this pathetic lag because back in my day, you couldn't even play the game for more than 20 seconds without going into a full-fledged connection lost, and that's just a solid fact. Back and forth I slapped this rat as he clearly was panicking to a degree in which even I hadn't even seen in my entire life. Nobody expects this level 1 tier armor to be as good as it is, which is why we clearly had the advantage over this mage switching, hybrid witch boy, who clearly had no idea what he was truly up against. Watch as this man boy attempts to slash me out with his dragon dagger, but I tanked both of his special attacks like a true tank. I then switched to my 2-2 at the perfect timing, and nearly clobbered this goblin out for all of his bank. Seriously boys, this guy is so freaking bad that he's getting destroyed by someone wearing full bronze. Wow. Get sat you hillbilly rat, and learn how to get good. Ha 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 wow. I hope you have a fun time tanning leather hides as you try to recoup from this massive loss that you just took. Wow. Alright boys, pay close attention to the destruction you are about to witness. Here we encountered one of those PVM criminals, who think it's okay to manipulate the game's mechanics, and get Callisto stuck in a glitch spot, just so he can farcast with range and avoid taking any damage. Stop right there you Tim Allen bandana rat. Think it's okay to abuse the game's mechanics for your own good? Not on my watch buddy, not on my watch. Backstreet boy with the purple boots began attacking me back, but his pathetic range level was no match for the defense bonus of my massive bronze plate. Hypnotized by the size of my massive chest, this biker boy with the fancy boots couldn't keep up with my swift agility, not to mention the quickness of my precise and savage techniques. Here I was using Callisto to my advantage, as I ran back and forth with pinpoint precision. It was only going to be a matter of time before this cowboy was dead, and in Lumbridge, and those precious purple boots will be all mine for the taking. Wow. Because you're about to get clobbered by this 2-2. For Varrock's sake boys, I swear this guy is the biggest safer I have ever met in my entire life. He's lucky that he's even alive. But everything was falling directly into place. I now had Callisto handing him the slaps, and with the combination of my lightning techniques, it was only a matter of time until this guy was back at square one. Broke down on the steps of shitty Lumbridge. When all of a sudden, the unthinkable happened. We got bombarded by 2 more hybrid lettuce wrap boys. And sure enough, one was even pretending to be a woman. Wow. Bring it on you lettuce wraps, bring it on. Not to our surprise boys, these 2 maxed level shats still prayed and farcasted, even though it was a 2-on-1, and we only had on full bronze. You see boys? What's wrong with the wilderness today, is that nobody has any freaking respect. No honor. No discipline. You see boys, for years everyone has thought it was Jagex that ruined the wilderness. And even though that is 100% true, what really destroyed the wilderness was prey-flicking lettuce-wrap cowboys, just like these two right here. And yet we were still able to clap out both of these morons straight back to the lake, of the opposite of liquid. That's right boys, fire. Ha 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 ha. Wow, now can you believe this boys? Even when I was all the way out in 46 wilderness, on a completely random world, I still came in contact with a member of a criminal cartel, whose territory has spread so far from the Rev Caves, that they now have bodyguards stationed all over the entire wilderness. Without hesitation I began dueling it out with the cartel's bodyguard, delivering massive chops, while at the same time deflecting massive slaps. But it didn't take long for this bodyguard to realize that the power of this bronze armor was much, much higher than he ever would have expected. And he was clearly outmatched. Oh my freaking gosh. Did you see that boys? That idiot got clapped out like a can of fresh sardines. Get fucking smoked you shifty crook. That's what you get for taking part in organized crime, in these beautiful, savage lands. Ha 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 wow. Alright men, feast your eyes, for this clip truly showcases the true powers in which this bronze armor can possess. Here we ran up on another bug abuser, who appeared to be up to some shady business. And just like a spooked horse in Hurricane Laura, this man-woman took off southbound, as he led us on a high-speed chase through the depths of the wilderness. It's clear to see that this guy was riddled with fear once he saw the size of the chiseled chest that was slapping him up back to back, even through his protection prayer. Run rabbit boy, run. Don't you see that you don't belong on this side of the ditch? These PVM glitch boys act like they truly control the game with all their bitching and complaining, but then run like goblins when you try to slap them up because they are abusing game mechanics to harvest massive amounts of loot from the wilderness bosses. And what do you know boys? He telled like a stone cold bitch of a man, who was dressed like a woman. Wow. Goblin Boy, I hope you learned your lesson on coming out to abuse these game mechanics for your own personal gain. Oh, and for the boys in the PvP worlds, let's just say that they got what was coming to them. Here we encountered one of the biggest goblins that I have ever seen reside this west of Varrock. Take a close look at the rune boots boys. The boots? And not to mention, that combat bracelet. Yes boys, huge indications that this guy is a huge shat. Now only was this guy trying to range me, using some of the worst range bonus gear in the game, yet he was safing like a total safer the entire match, but for good reason. This goblin knows, just like you all know, that this tutu has the ability of clapping out any goblin boy for their bank. Especially if that person is trying to range you, in full DH. And not to our surprise boys, this guy lied straight to our face when we told him he was being a safer. Even though we clearly just witness him eating some shark. Pathetic liars and dishonest players truly make me sick to my chiseled core. Which is exactly why I planned on clobbering this hillbilly right over the head with my tutu, directly in front of everyone at the Grand Exchange, where everyone could point and laugh as this hayseed hillbilly got warped over the dome by someone who was wearing the lowest tier armor in the entire game. And that's exactly what I did. Sit down you rune boot clown. And don't ever return to these here parts ever again. For your face will be hung up on every corner as the poster boy for being the biggest hayseed clown that anyone has ever seen. Ha 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 ha. Wow. So there you have it ladies and simple men. PKing, in full bronze. At level 109 combat. Wow. Make sure you boys hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you stay tuned for our next episode, where we will be PKing in full iron. Wow,